I think so. All right, man. Both conferences have their champions. Both conferences had their champions. And Super Bowl 58 stage is set and ready to go. In one corner, you have the new NFC champion, the San Francisco 49ers. And in the other corner, you have the AFC champions, the Taylor Swift and Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to break both conference championship games down. We got sports to talk about right here on the Real the Sports Podcast. Thank you guys for being here with us on this Tuesday night, wherever in the world you are right now. Again, man, we are the Real Sports Podcast, your destination for real analysis and opinions on anything and everything sports related. So go ahead and follow us on X, Instagram, Twitter. Oh, well, Twitter is, well, it's X, right? X, Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. Twitch, Facebook. And you can join our sports group on Facebook, man. It is called the Real Sports Group. Got a Facebook account. Just go in the search bar and type Real Sports Group. We'll let you in. Talk sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Start a debate, post sports, whatever you want. Free of charge. Sign up today. Free. All right. Again, Tuesday night, I am here with two of the all-time greats right here. The Pioneer. I got the Pioneer. This man's over 200 some episodes. I got a count, Mark, but I'll get you a count soon. Man, over 200 episodes. The man who's been here since day one. And he represents the Oklahoma. He is the Oklahoma State alumni. Yes, sir. He is the king of predictions, Mr. Marcus, Young Mark.
What's going on, y'all? I just want to take the time out to send a very special birthday shout out to somebody important to me. I literally wouldn't be who I am today without them. They've influenced people all over the world. Host is a big fan of them. But I got to be real with you, I haven't met anybody who's a bigger fan of them than the good brother Deuce. So with that being said, on behalf of the Real to Sports Podcast, I want to wish a happy 63rd birthday to the Las Vegas Raiders, baby. Happy birthday to the greatest organization in the history of professional sports. Boy. The silver and black, the Las Vegas Raiders. Happy birthday, guys. Cheers.
Let's go, baby. The Raiders. Them Raiders.
This is his favorite football team, man. He won't admit it, but he love that team.
He gotta love it. And last but not least, yes, sir. He represents the Steel City. The Steel City. Yes, sir. They are the 6-time Super Bowl champion, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the 2023 Real to Sports Podcast MVP. The number one man in the company. It is the great day to be Deuce.
Appreciate that, host.
So,
actually, Mark, I'm happy you brought up the Raiders because I think it's y'all's fault that my hopes got up thinking that Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs weren't gonna, make the Super Bowl again this year. We would get rid of Taylor Swift and everything before February got here. because you guys decided to play the best games of your 63-year existence on Christmas Day, and you just gave me false hope. But that's usually what the Raiders do, give false hope. So,
you ain't never lied. I'm a Raider man, boy. That's what we do.
I think you got us confused with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens, my good sir.
You ain't wrong when you're right.
Jeez, Mark. Shots is fired. Shots is fired.
Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Trust me.
Hey, you went from Babyface to you were Babyface yesterday.
Y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
He's Babyface yesterday. Now he's a heel. All right. Hey, well, again, man, we are here. It is Tuesday. It's Tuesday night. Gentlemen, start your engines. Let's get this thing rolling, man. Might as well start off. It was the first game, AFC Championship game, huh? Oh, boy. Here we go. AFC Championship game, it went down. You had the new AFC North Division champion, the Baltimore Ravens. They took on Taylor Swift and the AFC West Division champion, Kansas City, Taylor Swift Chiefs. All right, let's start with the MVP. MVP, give us the rundown, man. Your goods, your bads, your uglies, what you seen. Break it all down to us.
Man, I'm sitting here and I'm watching the game at my parents' house, at least the beginning of it before I made my way back from church. And Lamar rolls out the pocket and he throws that touchdown to Zay Flowers, and I catch myself getting up and I'm like, man, let's go Lamar. And I looked at my dad and he kind of looked at me and I said, yeah, I don't know what happened. I caught myself. I didn't realize I was cheering for the Ravens. And now I see why I shouldn't have been cheering for the Ravens, because they played one quarter of football and barely that. I knew it was bad when I looked up and I saw Lamar Jackson have 5 completions, and one of them was to himself. So
that was crazy.
That ain't never a good look. It's like Patrick Mahomes, like my dad would say, has a rabbit's foot stuck up his what.
Yeah.
It just seems like whenever he needs to make a play, he finds a way to do it, man. I mean, he's scrambling and about to get sacked and throws a little rainbow right over, and Travis Kelce finds a way to make a catch in a pivotal third down moment. They find a way to do it, man. The Chiefs, you can't put anything past them. I think I gained a little bit more respect for them after this run, because for the last few years they've been at home. They've been in the comfort of Arrowhead Stadium beating people, and this year they didn't do that. They got their first one at home, and then they went on the road to who we thought were the other baddest 2 teams in the AFC. Went to their house, cut their heads off, and said, "Who you got next?" And now they're unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to skin it, going to y'all's crib to try to get their third championship in the last 4 or 5 years. So it's just amazing to see how those guys they show up when the lights get biggest. They show up, and unfortunately, number 8, as it pains me to say this, you did not show up when the lights got the brightest. I know it's a lot that went into that game, but plain and simple, you didn't play well enough. He made some throws that were just very, very questionable. He looked panicked. He looked just, feet were quick. And it looked to me that he was trying to prove a point at times where he just could have bounced and ran and got 30, 40 yards. And he just kind of sat there like, I can throw it. I got to prove to people that I can throw the ball. Hey, man, your season on the line. I don't care if you got to run for 150. You ran for 120 against Houston.
Absolutely.
So why not get out the pocket and do what you got to do to at least, convert the chains. Zay Flowers played well, but unfortunately, he's the only receiver that did. The next leading receiver came out of Oklahoma State, and he was running back. Next guy had 4 catches. That was Justice Hill. We talked about that. We talked about how Lamar didn't have enough weapons, and we've talked about how they got him some receivers this offseason, and this was going to be the year. And You know, they did everything that they needed to do. They went and signed Dalvin Cook, and I know Dalvin feels terrible. He signed with 2 teams that couldn't get it done this season. So if I was him, I'd be getting ready to hang it up. But I don't know, man. The Steelers could have done this, bro. We could have went out there and put up 10 points.
I agree with you, but you know this team, the Ravens. You know them. You see them twice a year.
Yeah.
Have you seen them play like this before?
I mean, if I'm being honest, and Drew the game might not like this, but he knows it's true. They play like this against us. I mean, these are the mistakes we forced Lamar Jackson into on a consistent basis, and that's why we beat them twice this year. And I know everybody wants to say, well, you know, the second time they sat Lamar and they sat a lot of their starters, but if we're being honest, no offense to Mason Rudolph, because he's the best quarterback play. I want to, preface by saying he was the best quarterback we had this season. But he started the year as our third-string quarterback. So I went out there with my third-string quarterback and got a dub when we needed the most in terrible conditions, and he played well. But like I said, these are mistakes we forced Lamar into on a consistent basis. And it was just crazy to see. But even that defense over there in Kansas City gets up when they're supposed to. You know, like Chris Jones is a gamer too in his own right. Like when they line him up at end, knowing that they're going to throw a screen to that side, he gets off the ball and realizes, oh, I got off a little bit too easy, and swats a pass down on third down on a screen that might have at least moved the chains. So it was just big time play on that side of the ball. Andy Reid always has those guys ready to go. The game plan is always always good, and they're always tough to beat, especially in these colder months, man. Once December, January rolls around, they're never a team that you want to have against you. You never want to be on the other side of the field from them. But
I can't get mad what he said.
Yeah.
He's speaking all facts. Damn. The brother spoke all facts. You can't dance around that. All right, Mark. Floor is yours, buddy.
I just want to quote the great Paul Heyman by saying, in an industry where everybody wants to be real and give what we call a shoot, I just want to assure you right now, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to say is indeed a shoot. To everybody listening within the sound of my voice in the 410, Lamar Jackson is not the league MVP. As far as I'm concerned, the league MVP should be C.J. Stroud. And the reason I say that is because Lamar freaking Jackson played like absolute hot booty butt garbage on Sunday. I'm going to start with him. I don't care if you're the second coming of Randall Cunningham, if you're the reincarnation of Michael Vick. You have to be balanced when you're on offense. Use some of that intellect and that brain of yours as a quarterback. Read the defense, call out of a play, call an audible, hand the freaking football off, do something. If you see that your offensive coordinator's game plan is not working, you as a starting franchise quarterback who was just paid a boatload of money this offseason, you should have the ability to adjust the offense yourself on the field when you see things are not working. Dudes took the words right out of my mouth. It felt like I was rewatching that game from earlier this season when they played against Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. Lamar Jackson had the game in his hands, and he does stupid and like Isaiah Likely was double covered in the end zone. Why in the hell are you throwing it to him?
Triple.
He's not Randy Moss, bro. Don't do that. That was stupid. You could have easily scrambled, pick up the first down, got out of bounds, done something. That was a completely idiotic play. The Ravens only ran the ball 5 freaking times. You signed Dalvin Cook. You got Justice Hill. You got Gus freaking Edwards. Run the damn football. Make Kansas City adjust to play your style of game. And the biggest beef that I have outside of Lamar letting me down, I have a beef with Coach Harbaugh and that coaching staff, because anybody and everybody who's watched football the last couple of years knows the refs always favor the team in ketchup and mustard. You have to be disciplined when you're going up against that team. I understand they get on your nerves. I understand you're tired of hearing about Taylor Swift. I am too. But you cannot be doing stupid stuff like getting a taunting penalty, getting a roughing the passer penalty, getting unnecessary roughness. You're giving free yards to that offense, and you know they're going to get those free yards and go down the field and score on you. You can't be doing stupid stuff like that. And the biggest thing that grinds my gears, I'm trying to figure out how a third string quarterback went to Arrowhead Stadium, did not complete a single solitary pass for 75% of the freaking game with backup running backs, and we still beat the team with a good barbecue, but the air quote league MVP can't put up more than 10 points. You had one touchdown in the first quarter and a Justin Tucker field goal. You couldn't do nothing, and you the league MVP. You did all that scrambling around back there in the backfield only to pick up 5 or so yards that didn't move the chains. You couldn't convert on third down. You tried to go for it on fourth down and you failed. It's just bad all the way around in Baltimore. But I'm, in all seriousness, man, I'm the most disappointed in Lamar Jackson because that was, bro, you really should not be in contention for the league MVP because I don't know any player in NFL history who has been in the running for their second or third most valuable player award get the brakes beat off of them and embarrass in the playoffs like that. That was just completely terrible. In my opinion, give the MVP to Christian McCaffrey or CJ Stroud. Lamar Jackson should not be in contention for that award. That's my piece, host.
Wow. Um, this is like batting out to Hank Aaron and Babe Ruth. Like nobody cares. Damn. Deuce hit a home run, and now you hitting home runs. Holy hell. I know people will be watching, they were like, hoes, man, you just don't dig Kansas City, man. But I don't. But I am gonna get them their flowers. Their defense was off the chain. Spags called some good. He man, those schemes was off. I mean, perfecto. I mean, he was fake blitz, go in blitz, fake blitz, go in blitz. Like he was on what's it called, twist. He was doing. Oh man, he was wilding, and he was hot. But again, I gotta give Kansas City their flowers. They was real physical with Baltimore, and they shut down Lamar. I'm also Lamar Jackson's my favorite quarterback, and I'm like you guys. I'm a little I'm definitely Mark, man. I'm a little upset with him. Well, not even say upset. Just I'm kind of confused because, like you said, you run 100 and something on Houston, a young, hungry Houston team. They're no slouches whatsoever. And here it is, Kansas City. All right, so Kansas City was playing man to man the whole game. It's man to man. And when you man to man, that means your receivers is downfield as well as the cornerbacks and the safeties. And they have no linebackers.
And that was the opportunity for you to run and try
That's
to get
what I'm
some
saying. Like,
yards.
I was like, yo, run the ball. But Lamar Jackson was trying to play Patrick Mahomes ball where he should have just been Lamar Jackson. Now, I'm going to agree with Michael Irvin. What? I can't believe that. Michael Irvin, he made a good point. That was not a taunting. That was a bad call. That was not a taunting. He didn't really, they say he stood over him, but damn it, I had a picture. He stood beside him. They say he stood over him. But that's the game. The thing about the game that's changing. That was a 54-yard catch. That was excitement. Like he got up, he was excited. What are you supposed to do? But my thing is, they called taunting on that, but they didn't call taunting on Travis Kelce when he scored on Kyle Hamilton.
Because the blonde-haired superstar was in the stands watching the
Exactly.
game.
The only thing that I do get mad at him about is when he rolled the ball. I think that's really what got that flag out. He gets out and he kind of rolls it like that, and it hit Ladarius Sneed. So I think I'm not for it, and I'm not saying it, but I think that's what got him that penalty. To be honest, in my opinion, but
I think, man, that the NFL should let these guys play. That's why we're fans of USFL and XFL, because the refs let those guys play, bro. And like this, the NFL is just so watered down, man. I say, yo, it was a big call, but like again, Travis Kelce didn't get called when he scored on Kyle Hamilton, and Travis Kelce got a first down, and then you know how when they do this. When they get first, he did that right in Patrick Queen's face, and the ref was standing right there and didn't call nothing. Ain't that taunting?
The explanation is they want to get taunting out of the game to prevent dudes from getting mad and starting,
But
big old
Travis
fist fights.
Kelce was a heel the whole game. If you pay attention to him, every catch he was all up in their
Yeah,
face. He was
Yeah,
always
he played that game pissed off.
he was on.
yeah,
Yeah, he was on one. I mean, I don't know
he
if
was
y'all saw
on.
it, but the pregame, Justin Tucker was trying to warm up, and they were sitting there throwing his equipment. Now I'm not even gonna lie to you, as a teammate, of Justin Tucker, this might be a playoff game, but if I was one of those special teams guys, I went over there and knocked Travis Kelce upside his damn head because you big and bad to a kicker. Come over here and do that to me. You know
See
what I'm saying?
Deuce? You an athlete, so you been there before.
Yeah.
Of course you're gonna come defend him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kelsey's like a bully, right?
But even in that same breath, you still got to be careful doing that because again, this is the team with the good barbecue here we're talking about. We've seen dudes get ejected from games, get suspended for starting something pregame. And the NFL is watching, Big Brother is trying to protect number 87 at all costs because of all the revenue and attention that his woman is bringing to the game. So you got to be careful when you're doing that. But that's where if you had a team like the Antonio Pierce-led Las Vegas Raiders, you can hit Kansas City in the mouth. You can be physical with them. You can play them tough and talk your noise without getting the flag thrown at you. Look at how many times Jack Jones stared down Pat Mahomes when he had that pick six. Look at how many times Crosby was getting in his face. We were hitting him in the mouth. We were playing physical with him, but we played smart enough to avoid getting called for it. Then we only got called for like one penalty that whole game. That's the way you have to beat that team because we give them any excuse to give the refs any chance to throw that flag, like we saw in the Buffalo game, host, with that BS pass interference penalty. They're going to throw it just to give Kansas City the benefit of the doubt.
That was terrible.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I also think there's, more than one way to skin a cat. You know what I'm saying? I think, one of those ones where Travis is getting out on that sideline, maybe early on in that football game, maybe I couldn't stop myself and I just, I kept going. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta let him know, bro. You not finna bully nobody out here.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care about that. Like
thank you.
I had this philosophy as a coach. If you're going full speed and you may get a 15-yarder, I give you one. Because we know they're not looking to throw anybody out in those kind of games. Like they're not trying to. Will they? Absolutely, but they gonna let you play a little bit. So I'm gonna take advantage of that, especially if I'm a Roquan or Patrick Queen. I'm a big name linebacker, or Kyle Hamilton, or somebody who the NFL, even though they're not for me, wants to see me in this football game. I might have to take a little rope for the rest of my team. But like I said, the special teams guys, and no offense to them because what they do is super important, but they're a little bit more expendable than those other three guys that I've named. You can kind of put in another guy to run down on kickoff. You're not finna try to. To me, it becomes psychological at that point because now what message am I got to send a message to the rest of these cats over here that, hey, we put our pants on just like they do. You know what I'm saying? Like we just as good, just as talented and as physical as them. And if I got to be the one to punch somebody in the mouth, or like Patrick, was it Roquan did at the end of the game to get that 15-yarder, that should have been done a little bit early if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And me, I probably would have did it over the center. That way he bumped Pat Mahomes. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
But
let me jump on the defensive side.
I'm also not in the NFL.
I know, me neither. I'm gonna jump on the defensive side of Baltimore here. I know I'm a little older, but I came up in the 80s. And what brought me to the sport of football was the physicality. Hard hits, right? When you take that away from the game, any sport, you take that away, physicality, hard hitting, tough defense, your game gonna go to shits. That's what it is. Okay, so what I'm getting at is, there was some dumb, moves that Baltimore did, but come on, man, this is the AFC Championship game. Let these guys play. The Baltimore Ravens is known for 24 years. They're known to be a physical, smash mouth defensive team. You take that identity away from them, they are nothing. They should have let those guys, because Kansas City was just as physical. It was just as physical. They should have let those guys. Me personally, I think they should let those guys play. All right. So it was a play. I can't play this because copyright. But okay, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Mahomes threw the ball, right? He threw the ball, and one of the linemen smacked Mahomes in the head, right? They call unsportsmanlike a personal foul.
Yeah, that was on Clowney, wasn't it?
No, but
Clowney got the he lowered his head and kind of came with that upward motion.
Yeah.
I think that was how you pronounce his name? Itabike or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. But you know what I'm talking about when he smacked him in the head, right? Yeah. Bad call. That was 15 precious yards that they just gave up. Because when he threw the ball, he was trying to swipe at the pass, and he hit him in the head, and they call it personal foul. A personal foul is him doing it on purpose. That man did not do that on purpose. He swung, trying to block the pass, and it just hit Mahomes in the head, and they call it personal foul. But I'm like, Jesus, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Just let him play. Like this is ridiculous, man. Like like the dude just came and hit Mahomes on the head, like boom. Like that's personal. But he swung because you can see the ball. Mahomes threw the ball, right? And then you can see his hand go like this, and it just pow. It hit him in the head. And that was 15 precious yards. I know how it's written, but I'm just saying it's pretty messed up, man. And that's why football is failing now. That's why some fans is taking off leaving it, and they're going to the USFL. They're getting out of here, man, because it's ridiculous, man. You know, and it's not against Kansas City, not because I don't care if it was the Texans. It's just I like a fair call game, bro, and that was just terrible. These guys, Travis Kelce was doing stuff to Baltimore, but it's like when Baltimore do something to him to get a flag. Granted, Clowney did go up with his head. That was bad. That was dumb. But what you expect from Baltimore? What do you expect? That's them. That's their identity. He took it away. The ref took it away. But Kansas City is just as physical again, and they just lost the game, bro. But I gotta give Kansas City their flowers. Again, Spags called a great game. Offense. The Valdez-Scantling, that catch was clean catch, man. I mean, my thing with the defense is I don't understand that third down, he's going to Travis Kelce. Why in the hell is this guy? He's not fast at all. Why do you keep leaving him open? I don't understand it. I don't. It's just something that it just baffles me that Travis Kelce he's a great route runner. I'm not taking anything from him, but you know what's coming. It's just like when little Steve Smith in Carolina, they know Steve Smith was going for the long one, and guess what they did? Double team. He was in double coverage all game long. Like, why you cannot double coverage Travis Kelce? I don't get it. I don't understand it. And my last thing is, get the camera off that girl.
For the love of God.
Get the camera off the girl. That's what I'm saying. It seems like the NFL is showing their true colors, man. They're showing their true colors. Why are we showing? Okay, we know that them two are dating. We've been knowing that since September. Here it is, January. And every Kansas City catch from Travis Kelce, every single field goal and every single touchdown, they shoot up there to that skybox. Showing her. The NFL wants her there. The NFL wants Kansas City there. You guys notice when we're watching the Kansas City game, how many State Farm commercials we see?
A lot.
Shit done.
Yeah. Shoving it down his throat. But the Detroit game, did you see any State Farm?
Saw a couple.
Not as much as Kansas City, right?
No.
I'm mad that I'm wearing red now.
It's just unreal, man. Everybody say the NFL is rigged. I don't know if it's rigged or not, but it's evidently, they're definitely doing things to make us fans say that. They're doing a lot of things, and they're really pushing the narrative with Taylor Swift. She's like Mark said on the show one time. She's America's sweetheart. If it weren't for Kanye West, she's America's sweetheart. Okay, pretty girl, whatever. Like I said, we know they're dating. There's been a lot of celebrities dating, but we don't show them all the time in the game.
Even right. Kanye said it though. Kanye said, "I made her famous." I mean, he said it in a different way, but he said he made her famous.
Yeah, facts, facts. They get the Lamar Hunt, right? Why she on the field? Why she down there on the field? See?
The explanation that you're going to be giving, host, is that she's bringing women and younger viewers to the game, introducing a new audience to the game.
And real fans are leaving the game.
They're leaving for different reasons, but she's contributing majorly to it as well.
And again, it's nothing against Kansas City. It's nothing, because I gave them their flowers. It's nothing against Kansas City. It's nothing against them. They played a good game.
The way one thing I compare it to and put it in perspective for people is Donna Kelsey, aside from the Super Bowl last year, ain't never got this much TV time, and she made Travis Kelsey.
Thank you, brother.
That's his man mama, and she had every game, and she don't get nearly the amount of time that Taylor does. But I mean, she's for a certain demographic, you know what I mean? And I don't listen to her music to say whether she's good or bad. Not my cup of tea. I know a couple songs, but
I don't know that one. Hey, just hey.
Yeah, I think
that's the only one I know.
Please don't.
Why they don't show Pat Mahomes' dad? And he played baseball, right?
Yeah,
why don't show his dad? Why don't show his wife?
You see her when she's hugging Taylor.
Yo, big conspiracy, man. A big conspiracy. Hey, all I know, they're in our house. Kansas City is going to win the Super Bowl because it's just written that way. It's a script. So those of you 49ers fans, I hate to say it, congratulations for going. But you will not be winning this game.
Unless they win by 28. In the words of Evan Turner. Evan Turner said it. He said he went to a game 7 against the Celtics. And I think LeBron and the Cavs were on the other side waiting. And he had one of his vets told him, we got to win by 15 to win by 1, right? Said, what do you mean? He said, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a fan of the game, and I play for the Sixers. And I'd rather watch the Celtics play the Cavs. So what you think the NBA gonna do?
15 by 1.
Just got to win by 15 and win by 1. So if they want to win by a field goal, they might want to put 27, 28 up on the board.
Look who joined the chat here. Again, one of the all-time greats. It is Jay on the track. Jay on the track. Pat Mahomes on Brady ass, no cap.
What's going on, Jay?
Jay on the track. You're not wrong.
No, you ain't wrong.
Shout out to Jay on the track, man. Hell of a run by his Green Bay Packers and shit, man.
Fellas, yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, Jay?
He's not wrong.
Oh, boy. I don't know how y'all feel. I know how Mark feel. Deuce, I know you don't give a jack. Kansas City, whatever that.
I don't like. I'm not a Mahomes fan, but I care less.
You'll probably be a little salty if Baltimore was there because that's your division rival. So
but at the same time, it's like if they win it, cool. I beat you twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? If we would have got to the playoffs, we'd have beat you too. I could have had that argument. You know?
Right.
Just like the 07 Raiders did against the Steelers. You know, y'all won a Super Bowl, but y'all came to Oakland and lost. I feel that.
Exactly. But the only thing is, Mark, that doesn't put a ring on my finger. Even if they would have won it, it doesn't put a ring on my finger.
At the end of the day, that's what's most important.
That's all.
That's all that matters. That's the goal, man. To close out this Baltimore Kansas City thing, Lamar went 20 for 37 with 272 yards, 1 INT and 1 touchdown. Good old Whack-Trick went 30 for 39, 241 and 1 touchdown. Taylor Swift, she went 24 for 24 with 48 seen on cameras. Damn. Fellas, before we move on, man, you got anything else for this wicked AFC championship game?
If it's any consolation prize, gentlemen, she's got a concert in Japan the night before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I heard that.
We better call on the good Lord and ask for that plane to be delayed so she can't make the
game. They said that she's gonna be at the game. They said that way before. She got a show over across seas and she will be at the game.
They'll probably fly her in one of those jets that they do the Passover before the game. They may fly her back in one of those, make sure she get back.
Word.
She might jump out the sky and do the she might parachute down and sing the national anthem.
Word. G, what up, G? GC. What up, boy? What up, boy? She will be there regardless. See?
G
Even
Money.
G said shit fake. Bo. A patilla. Well, again, Kansas City Chiefs, they're going to Super Bowl. This is their, what's that, 4th time, Mark? 5 years?
4 and 5, yeah.
4 and 5?
Yeah.
And they will face the Kansas City 49. This is 2019.
That was in the Super Bowl in 2020. Like, that was literally like the last thing we got to do before COVID. He who shall not be named rolled through and shut us all down.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Again, that was the AFC Championship game. We're gonna pay some bills, man. And then we're gonna come back and wrap it up with the NFC Championship game review. All right, man. We're gonna thank our sponsors, man. Good old SeatGeek and Amazon Music, Sportsline, Fantasy Sports Evo, and Fanatics. Listen, if you want discounts on all that stuff, the links, click on the links below in the description box below. And if you're a big fan, man, we got NFL gear, man. Go to Fanatics and click on that link below, man. I think they're running a special again, 20% off. Something like that.
25.
But anyway, 25% off. So I think, 25% off. So click on them links below, man. You gotta get you a hat, jersey, whatever, man. I know majority of the season is over with, but hey, still rep your team. You know that saying.
You gotta do some Raider gear.
There you go. Gotta get me a Max. I gotta get a Max.
Probably the only one I will wear. Is that silver Max.
Silver Max. I'll wear it all, baby.
The defensive player of the year.
No, not even close. No,
TJ who?
Please
TJ who?
TJ Watt.
Don't
TJ
start.
who? TJ got this lock. He got it on lock.
Hey, bro, Max put up the numbers he did on one good leg on the trash team by himself.
I know, man, but TJ got the most in the league, bro.
He got Highsmith. He got Mika Fitzpatrick back there. Who Max had?
Nobody.
Right.
Whatever help you sleep at night, Mark.
Deuce don't never. I can't have nothing, man.
Nothing.
Man, every year he plays, he leads the league in sacks. He's led it for the last.
That's if he play a full year.
And that's the only year he didn't lead the league in sacks was when he didn't play a full year. Every other year he has for the last 4.
What happened to him this year? He got hurt.
He still led the league in sacks.
Man, that dude got on my nerves when we played y'all. I said, man, God damn, take this dude out, man. God, he was a problem.
And he had three against the team from the NFC that's in the Super Bowl and 2 against the team that choked in the AFC championship game. So
that dude was a problem, bro. Ain't TJ fault. His defense half decent.
Thank you.
TJ,
I mean, but in a way, it is. If I got Reggie White and Jerome Brown on the defensive line, I mean, of course I'm gonna get some sacks. You know what I mean?
Draft better.
Jerome Brown.
You right.
That's all I can tell you. Draft better.
You right.
Amen.
Hey, that's Deuce. Yeah.
Who knew that a 3rd round pick out of Charlotte would amount to Alex Highsmith?
I mean, who knew that a 3rd round pick from Eastern Michigan would amount to something?
Draft better, like you said.
Or a mystery relevant who played quarterback at Iowa State, getting all the way to the Super Bowl.
Son of biscuits. You're right. Right about that one.
Great segue, Mark.
Yeah, great segue. Speaking of that, we got an NFC Championship game. It was between the new NFC North Division champion, the Detroit Lions, as they took on the number 1 seed and defending NFC West Division champion, the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers came on top 34-31 in Levi Stadium. Let's go with Mr. Episode on this one. Your takes on it.
Man. So the overall theme for championship weekend, it felt like I was watching the movie 8 Mile. Baltimore played the role of Papa Doc. You know, you get all the way to the last leg of the race, championship within your grasp, and you choke, freeze up on stage, and get destroyed by a white boy on the other side.
That's a private school. Oh,
and the NFC Championship game was no different. It was 8 Mile, but just the beginning of the movie. You had the Detroit Lions being represented by B Rabbit, Eminem, choking and getting booed off stage, and there's no other way to describe it, man. It was a choke. It was one of the worst chokes I've ever seen next to Atlanta in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. You were up 24-7 at halftime. You were literally running the ball all over the field. They could not stop the run. And somehow, some way, you still lose that game. That's embarrassing, if you ask me. And I'm going to be real with you. I love Coach Campbell to death. I can't speak ill of the man. But the number 1 rule of being a gambler is you got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. There are certain times in the game where you just can't go for it on 4th down and try to pick up that conversion. You're in field goal range on the 30-yard line. Just kick the field goal, bro. Take the points. Them 2 tries you went on in the field, that could have been 6 points that are in your favor. You know San Francisco's been struggling all game. Your offense has been running the ball all over them. Your defense literally held them to 7 points in the first half. So they're playing on the top of their game. Trust your defense. Trust your offense that they're going to get another chance to put some more points on the board. Any opportunity you have to get points, you got to take it. We said the same thing about them after the Dallas game. The refs showed you their hand after the bag call with the ineligible receiver. Take the points. They didn't take the points. They kept trying to gamble. They lost the game. So in order for the Lions to take that next step and to really reach their first Super Bowl, In my opinion, they have the talent on that team. It's just Coach Campbell's got to know when to gamble and when not to gamble, and then they'll be able to take that next step. But if anything, on the other side of it, congratulations to the 49ers, man. I'm really proud of Brock Purdy, Big 12 product, and really happy, especially for Kyle Shanahan, because again, I brought up that game against New England in the Super Bowl for a reason. Kyle Shanahan was the offensive coordinator in that game, and I'm pretty sure that 28-3 collapse still weighed heavily on him to this day.
Yeah.
And even though it wasn't the Super Bowl, he still got a little bit of a measure of revenge and exorcism on that demon by coming back from this large deficit to reach another Super Bowl with his team. So shout out to Coach Shanahan. Shout out to John Lynch, the GM. They've done a phenomenal job since they've been there. They've overcome injuries on both sides of the ball. With Debo and Hufunga, and they have the opportunity to play for a championship. It just kind of sucks being a Raiders fan that two of your biggest rivals throughout your team's history are about to play for a championship in your own crib, man. They couldn't have, revived Pete Rozelle from the dead and made his favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the representative or something. Would have been digestible at least, but.
Rozelle he hyped up them Redskins that day. That was the worst decision he ever made. He hyped them Redskins up, boy. He wanted those jokers to beat us. But anyway, before I go to the MVP, Jay on the track got a question for y'all. He said, "Will NFL teams adopt the San Fran Purdy formula?"
I'm going to say no. Because it's all about especially when you're talking about a quarterback, his talent is almost as important as where he gets drafted. You have to kind of pair the quarterback's talent with the perfect system. And I think that's why Brock Purdy is flourishing. If you were to take Brock Purdy, and this is again just my humble opinion, if you were to take Brock Purdy and put him in a Giants uniform or put him in Carolina, he wouldn't have the same amount of success. So I think if the part that I think teams will try to model after San Francisco is the team building and putting a great team around him, offensive line, wide receiver, running back, tight end, defense, all that good stuff. That's a formula many teams will copy, but trying to make it work with a Mr. Irrelevant, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree 100% with you, Mark. I think it's difficult to do that. I think that kind of was the perfect storm. Also, I don't think there are 31 other Kyle Shanahans in the NFL that can call and have the system that he has over there in San Fran. I don't know how many Christian McCaffreys there are. I don't know how many George Kittles there are out there. Deebo Samuels, Trent Williams. It's not that's the part to me that's hard to adopt and try to copy and paste and make it your own way. Do I think, more quarterbacks, get a shot? Maybe, but I just think this was kind of the perfect storm for them. And I think this is still a quarterback driven league. I still think you have to have a damn good quarterback to go out there and make a statement.
Yeah.
I mean, we literally just saw what happened with Lamar Jackson. He was the 32nd pick. He came last in the first round. And he kind of, we saw him kind of melt in the shoes a little bit. So I don't know if you're able to do that. I don't think it's just something that everybody can do.
I totally agree with Deuce. I totally agree with that. G said no. I feel like San Fran got lucky.
Yeah.
Mark. Drew to the game.
No. I was waiting on you at the door, my friend. There's nothing delusional about me, sir. My quarterback, let me remind you again, my quarterback, Aiden freaking O'Connell, did not complete a single pass for 3/4 of the game with a backup running back, and he still was able to beat the Chiefs. Lamar Jackson was a MV freaking P candidate, bro.
Get in line.
There's you know what, Drew, and I'm fired up, and you poking the bear. There is a reason why 31 other teams had a chance to sign Lamar Jackson this offseason and they passed on him. There is a reason why, bro. He ain't got the skills to pay the bills and bring you a championship, right? Hey, bro, we finished the same place in our division that Baltimore finished in theirs. The last time y'all came to see us, who won that game, Drew? You had Big Bad Lamar Jackson. You had Mark Andrews. Who won that game the last time we went head to head? All right, then. No, Drew. The ignorant rant was all the times you came on this show and blamed Greg Roman for the Ravens not being able to get over the hump. So obviously it wasn't Greg Roman. So what's the excuse now, bro? What's the excuse? I do know football. I'm the king of predictions. I'm the longest reigning and most defending NFL trivia champion in the history of the show.
Say it. Sucker.
Ain't got time, man. That's why ain't no comment better than Lamar Jackson. That's exactly why.
Point blank.
And certain players of a certain skill set, a la Barry Sanders from Oklahoma State University, can overcome bad play calling and still put a team on his back and carry them to a championship game. I digress.
Let's see how far Aiden. Oh, hell no! I hope he do not be the quarterback.
Yeah, we'll see that.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. And then retire on them. It's like juice of the game was here.
Hey, man. Hey, when Lamar Jackson can finally beat Kenny Pickett, holler at me, all right?
Oh.
I know I can say the same thing.
You threw Pittsburgh in the fire.
Mark likes pulling me into his foolishness.
Hey, bro, I don't believe in Kenny Pickett. Just like I don't believe in Aiden O'Connell.
Just to keep that engine when we come to the bank next season.
Of course. And Antonio Pierce is gonna kick y'all ass just like Kansas City did. I guarantee that victory. I say that right here, right now. January 30th, 2024. The Las Vegas Raiders are going to go into the bank. We're going to beat Lamar Jackson, a phony MVP, and we're going to come out there with a W.
That's Crow. That is Crow, ladies and gentlemen.
I guarantee it. Dude's going to take that note. I guarantee it.
Oh, look at Deuce. Deuce is a memory card, bro.
I just want to know, like, if Lamar really is the MVP, how come he lost multiple games this season to backup quarterbacks? I don't understand that. Make that make sense. He's the MVP of the league, but he can't beat backup quarterbacks. And then when he actually goes and plays a former league MVP who's an actually good quarterback, he gets destroyed and outshined. I don't get it.
Mark it down. No pun intended. Gave me a new title for a segment.
Mark it down.
Mark it down.
I'm done, host.
All right, Mark, I put you to work, bro. Mark it down. Well, MVP, last game, 49ers Lions.
What you need me for, host?
I'm seeing I'm looking Drew to the game.
Somebody call Drew. Can we phone a friend? Like, get Drew on here. Drew. This is way more entertaining than me.
Drew, let me see your invite, bro. Get on in here.
Man.
Dude. Anymore? Anybody? You?
In all seriousness, man.
What up, Philly G?
This is Philly the game.
G,
what up, Philly G? This game is the one that I think hurt me the most. Anytime my arch rival goes down, anytime my arch rival goes down, I'm not mad. I'm not too mad about it. I think I was more hurt for Lamar to see him play the way he did. Just because all the stuff that the media says about him, I was hoping he could prove them wrong. But the Lions, man, I've since they came out with Hard Knocks 2 years ago, man, and I watched that season, I started to fall for this team, man. I believe in everything that they believe in that locker room.
Yeah.
From the top to bottom, they all bleed the same thing, man. Unfortunately, my former Florida Gator, C.J. Gardner-Johnson's mouth wrote out a check that ass just couldn't cash.
You couldn't cash it. They couldn't cash it.
It's funny how sometimes those situations happen.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the 49ers. What a run. They had a third quarter like the 2016, 2017 Golden State Warriors, bro. Like, I mean,
Jesus Christ, good comparison.
At some point, it's like weather the storm. Just get out of the quarter.
That's
you know what I mean?
Great comparison.
Like, at some point, you just got to like fight for your life and hope to get out of that quarter. And when things start to settle down, when it starts to settle down, you kind of
predictable.
You kind of make a run. But I think that Detroit got away from what was working. I'm sitting here looking at two running backs that both had 10 plus carries, and I think they both should have had 20, if I'm being honest. For all the names that are on that defensive line, they got pushed around. For Chase Young, Javon Hargrave, Eric Armstead, and Nick Bosa, Dre Green. Those guys got pushed around. I mean, for the first time in a long time, I saw Fred Warner looking like, man, what the hell is going on?
That's exactly what I said, bro. I was like, wow,
and that gave me hope, because when you can't stop that, the way those guys run play action, it's a work of art. That's why Sam Laporta gets in the situation he gets in. That's why those crossing routes with Amon-Ra St. Brown and guys like that start to come open. I think Josh Reynolds, obviously you can't blame anything on one player, but he let the team down. If I'm being completely honest, he dropped a lot of passes that should have been caught. It just sucks, man. Like I said, I really wanted Detroit to win. I really wanted them to get to the Super Bowl and at least play for it. And I get Riverboat Dan. I get Dan Gamble. I get it, man.
Gamble.
I get it. I understand. We're better than you. But when my season's on the line and I can tie this ball game up and force you to go 75 yards down the field to score, and if you do score, I have a minute and a half to go down, and if they go down and kick a field goal, I just got to go down and match yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the part that killed me. You put yourself behind the 8 ball. You kind of did that one to yourself. And like I said, I get it. That's your identity. But don't let your pride cost you a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's the word. That's the part that gets me. It's kind of like Mike D'Antoni-ish. Mike D'Antoni didn't believe in double teaming players even when they were hot, and that's why guys like Cole gave you 60. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the reason stuff like that happens. So it like I said, I can't express how bad this one hurt me. I will say this. It's only one thing that they need to do for Detroit. So I'm trying to read what Philly G's saying too.
What you got, bro?
Yeah, I hear that, but I ain't trying to hear that right now, Philly G. They you got to do better. There's certain mistakes you just can't afford to make. Some mistakes become fatal. That's just it is what it is. But if there's one thing that I can give to them, and to hang your hat on, is that this is a very young ball club. I mean, you still got a top 5 defensive end. Well, let me not jump the gun a little bit. I was giving them top 7, top 8 defensive end and Aiden Hutchinson. You got a top 5 offensive lineman in Penei Sewell. Those guys are going to be in that organization for a very long time. Yeah. I mean, Penei got out and he just got out in front and started dominating people. I mean, I think they ran that little pitch play. He gave Jimmy Ward the business.
Work.
So, it's stuff like that is good to see. If I'm
you got Malcolm Rodriguez.
Yeah, if I'm Detroit, and this is no disrespect, Mark, but unfortunately, Malcolm not gonna cut it.
He lost his starting job this year.
He's not gonna get it done, and those 2 linebackers that they got ain't gonna get it done either. That, to me, that's the biggest weakness on the team. And for some reason,
even the rookie they got,
the rookie they got from
Iowa,
Jack Campbell. he's good and run the support, but I need somebody that can do both. I need a Fred Warner. I need a DeMario Davis. I need a Patrick Queen. I need a Levante David. I need a Ryan Shazier, a guy that can do both. Now, granted, they don't make those. I understand that. They don't make those every day, but
they need a deuce.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Cat
Let's
like
go,
that,
Deuce.
a hybrid, type of cat. But
let's get it, baby.
They got to beef up that locker room, that linebacker room. You got to get some guys that's not going to miss those tackles, especially against San Fran, bro. Like McCaffrey is arguably the best running back in the league. He's not going down on arm tackles, especially when they start to roll. Like when they start to get a little steam and you're on your heels and they decide to run that draw and check is running up the B gap and here comes CMC behind him, they ain't going down on no arm tackles. You got to get some linebackers that's going to do what they got to do. CJ Gardner-Johnson, he was the same thing. I can't let him slide just because he went to Florida. I mean, that defense has a lot of Florida players on it. Alex Anzalone is one of them, and he's one of these guys I'm talking about. CJ Gardner-Johnson, Florida guy, another one I'm talking about. James Houston came back and made his debut. Before he went to Jackson State, he was at the University of Florida. So those guys those guys they got to make those plays. But what another thing that sucks for me, and I think unfortunately Lamar's implosion, if you will, was a little bit bigger. But I think we got to talk about Jared Goff too. Being held to one touchdown. I get the run game was running, but run game was working, but a 59.9 QBR ain't gonna cut it in the playoffs.
Yeah, hell no, it ain't.
He did. I don't think he played his best game, and I'm not gonna let you slide. I'm not gonna let everybody talk about this brother just because he's a bigger name than you. I think you got to come to play. But I think they're going to be a problem for years to come. I think they got that division up there sold up. I'm sorry, Q-Dog. I think y'all going to have to run through them for the next 5 years or so. I think Chicago is going to have a quarterback and coaching carousel for the next 3-4 years. So I don't think they're going to be a problem. And Jay on the track, no disrespect. I think y'all can put y'all's hat in there too. Because y'all definitely, me and Mark and Ho said it on a show a few weeks ago. Y'all got y'all quarterback for the future.
Yes, sir.
And Jordan Love. So it's gonna be nice to see. But I think that Detroit, what they've done this year, being able to get to the NFC Championship and only being able to build from here. Unfortunately, man, a lot of people know it don't happen every year. It's not guaranteed that you go back. Hopefully this isn't your last time getting there, but
right.
It's not guaranteed to go back. So
that's true.
I love to see a black defensive coordinator, black linebackers coach, black DBs.
Eric Glenn, that's a fact. He did a great job this season.
Cats, they had a great game. I think the offensive coordinator's name is Brian Johnson, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's staying.
He's staying.
Yeah,
a lot of people, I think the term they used was balked at the asking price. I guess they don't feel that he's, worth the money he's asking for, and I think that's a good thing for Detroit.
Yeah.
So I think they reload and come back next year. I think you hit the draft and free agency hard trying to get a linebacker. I hope they just don't get the ones that we want because we need them too. So
no, that's real. Go ahead, Mark.
I just want to say, Deuce brought up, they got all the black men on that Detroit staff. You also want to highlight and point out they also have a black general manager. I think that's important to acknowledge as well. You don't really see too many brothers getting that opportunity.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is true. Again, it's like batting out the Babe Ruth. I'm just gonna say this, man. That was a great game. I got to give flowers to Gibbs, man. Gibbs is running that ball, bro. The running game from the Lions was just that was off the chain. It was off the chain. And I'm gonna tell you something. San Fran got. Man, I don't understand why they ain't smash mouth and dominating. We got Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, Chase Young. Like he's supposed to be smashing. But I'm telling you, if Kansas City come out like how they did against Baltimore, even though we know Kansas City gonna win, it's gonna be really, really bad. Because as we know, if you put some heat on Brock Purdy, he's not gonna do that good. You put some heat on him, he's not gonna do that good. But I'm with Deuce, man. I like this Detroit Lions, man. They underdogs, man. I grew up watching Barry Sanders and Eric Kramer and Herman Moore, Brett Perryman, those guys, man. I remember watching them guys. Every now and then they used to come on TV. It was NFL on NBC back then. And man, it was good. It was good watching it. It was just that's a team that you want them to get there. It's like, come on, Detroit. Come on. They went through so much, the 0-16 year, and they just went through so much. So I really wanted them to get there. At least they could say that they got to the chip. But I'm with the Deuce, man. They got some line with a couple of linebackers. They're gonna be all right, man. Yeah. See, their offensive coordinator, he decided to stay, which is good because he built that. He built that up. Look what they built. And you just gonna leave it like that? No, man. I think that's a good idea, man. That's a good idea. Due to the game, number one rushing team in the league, and the OC only called 6. You got to get off your chest, bro.
It's everybody's fault but Lamar.
You got to get it off your chest, bro.
At what point is Lamar Jackson going to take responsibility for making boneheaded decisions like throwing in the triple coverage in the end zone when you're trying to win the game? At what point is he going to take responsibility for throwing a bad interception against a division rival in the end zone?
He's trying to hit a home run, and it wasn't working. Kept swinging and missing.
I'm sorry due to the game, but Lamar just ain't got the skills up here to lead you to a title, man. The game is as much cerebral as it is physical. He got the physical traits. You need to work on that cerebral part of the game.
And I think he has. I don't want to leave on a bad note on Lamar. I can't. I don't want to let it go like that, man. Because I think he has worked on it. I think he's grown a lot.
We beat the Chiefs, bro. We beat them.
I'm trying, host. I'm trying to play this, man. It ain't working. It ain't working, dog.
They let him go.
Yeah.
Question for you guys though about the San Fran game. This question's been on my mind for a little bit. Homeboy had a beast of a rookie season, but we ain't seen much of him since then. Is it safe to start to call Chase Young a bust? Is he approaching that bust territory?
Give him one more year. One more year. One more.
I'm with host because y'all know I'm a huge Chase Young fan. I thought that playing alongside those other guys, it would be harder to block all of them. But
yeah.
The Lions made it look easy.
I just ain't seen homeboy make an impact on the field like he did his rookie year.
Well, I mean, you got to get used to Wilkes' scheme. Remember, this guy, he didn't play the whole season with the Niners. He just came over. That's why I said give him a full year. And then after that, you can judge him.
I mean, Washington traded him for a reason.
Oh, damn, due to the game. Hey, now, ain't going to take too much of this.
Oh, Lord, have mercy on my soul.
You know what's beautiful about this whole situation, host?
Yes, sir.
Both of the teams I don't like each other right now. And I'm just
sitting back chilling, bro.
Yeah, it's like it's like being a buzzard just flying over and watching.
There you go.
Watching two animals fight, and I'm just gonna swoop in whichever one dies and pick the bones up.
I'm just trying to figure out how my team is quote unquote trash when we last played the two teams in the AFC Championship game. We beat both of them by multiple scores, but y'all can't beat backup freaking quarterbacks in the NFL. Come on, man. It's everybody's fault but Lamar. Lamar can do no wrong, man. He up on that pedestal. Like, nah, bro. Your mans ain't all that. And I say that respectfully. He ain't all that, bro.
Due to the game, gotta get some shit off his chest.
Hey, man, I'm gonna let him do it. Cause at the end of the day, the Ravens in the same spot we at home on the couch. So it is what it is. If you're not first, you last, right?
That's it.
What the 72-10 Bulls said, don't mean a thing without the ring.
You know, anything without that ring, man. Yeah. Boy, you said a mouthful right there. It don't mean a thing. You still coming. Jesus. The rival here. Hey, you know, this is all documented by Deuce now.
Oh, yeah. Whoever, this ain't gonna age well for somebody. Yeah.
This is all documented, baby.
You better ask Philly G. I keep receipts now. You better ask somebody. I keep receipts.
Brady stole you out. Oh, Lord.
Oh, Jesus.
You reaching that, boy. Oh, Lord. I'm going to leave it to be. Well, that was the AFC and NFC. Holy smoke. AFC and NFC championship game reviews brought to you by the Real Sports Podcast. Oh, Lord. Marcus Drew today. I gotta see if Drew gonna be on Saturday. I gotta shake some trees here. I gotta see what's going on here, boy. Holy
I don't have anything else to say, host. Again, in the end of the day, it matters what's done on the field. My team beat the Chiefs. My team beat his team on the field where it matters most. I don't have nothing else to say.
Drew, man, you gotta get, bro. You gotta come on Saturday, bro. I got boy. I just let them
funny. That was Drew. That was funny.
That
was good. That was a good one. My bad, Mark. That was a good one. Sorry.
He said my bad, Mark.
I mean, when all you got is jokes, especially at the quarterback position, I mean, what else you gonna do?
Jesus Christ.
Whoa. Holy hell.
When you got a joke of a head coach, what else are you gonna do?
We done? I don't see.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go. Hey.
Still was good enough to beat the Chiefs.
Damn. I'll leave it be. So we can get on that. This will be all night. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for today. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching another episode of Sports to Talk About. Please remember to give it a thumbs up, man. And if you think this is a podcast that you can watch each and every week, talk some sports, have a few laughs, then this is the podcast and the place to be, man. If you want that, hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell for all notifications. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the number one man on the show. He is the reigning MVP. He's gonna take a good little hiatus. But it's a pleasure to have him here tonight. It's be a while before we see the MVP.
Yeah, man. It's kind of similar to our NBA MVP. After a reign of dominant games, take a brief hiatus. But nah, man, I appreciate it. Every time I come on here, it's always a blessing, bro. It's always good to fellowship with some brothers and just, be able to relax after a long day at work. I do want to leave y'all with one thing. My brother Mark shared with me on yesterday. 50 years ago to yesterday, the first and only HBCU player to be drafted number 1 overall, Mr. Too Tall Jones.
Yes, sir.
That happened on 50 years ago yesterday. So don't tell me what a talent that you got to show me.
There you go.
I appreciate y'all, man. Keep supporting the show, man. Keep coming out, keep loving us, and keep interacting with us. We appreciate everybody in the live chat, all our brothers down there, man. We appreciate y'all, bro. We appreciate everybody. Host, I appreciate you. Mark, I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
And I'll see y'all soon, man.
Yeah, we'll see you soon, man. Take care of yourself, brother. And salute.
Appreciate
You
it.
wanna Dude, you're one of us now.
Yes, sir.
Cheers to my favorite Raider fan.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, man, just don't ruin Antonio Pierce's name as a coach. That's all.
You ain't lying, bro. Well, I think we're gonna be all right.
Don't ruin his
gonna
name.
be good. We're gonna be better than Baltimore, so that's all.
I hope they look at y'all similar to how the Texans were.
Yeah, good one. Good one.
That's
guaranteed.
Texans
won. We coming for that division, bro. It's time to get our division. It's time to get our division back. It's way overdue.
We came in second place with Josh McDumbass leading the way the first half of the season. We good. We good, right?
Yeah, and please beat Harbaugh.
Yes,
please.
Absolutely.
Of course. Everybody in the AFC North taking the L courtesy of the Raiders next year.
Yeah, it's time. It's time, man.
I was talking about the other Harbaugh, the one in your division, but okay. I mean, just shots at me for no reason, Mark. I'm on your side.
Why does he?
I mean, dudes, we homies and all, but don't act like you forgot. I still can't stand y'all, bro.
Hey, the feeling's mutual, bro.
Oh, damn.
Hey, don't let this show fool you now.
Hey,
Mason Rudolph aside, I still can't stand that team.
Just leave Najee alone, bro. Just leave Najee Harris alone, bro. You do whatever you want with the Steelers, just leave Najee Harris alone, bro. That's my dude. That's my dude right there, man. Drew still in? All right, one more, Drew. Okay, that guy fit both feet in his mouth. Damn. Lord have mercy. Due to the game is on 1-2 day. Well, I understand. You gotta get all that. You gotta get all of it off his chest. I understand. All right, ladies and gentlemen, man. Again, thank you for watching the show, man. We got the MVP, man. We wish the MVP good, best of luck throughout his journey. Again, you guys won't see him for a while, but he's taking a good little hiatus, man. So again, man, we wish him the best of luck, best travels. Keep that man safe and blessings all around him.
Appreciate it.
And his home and his family. And we'll be back. We'll be back in the building this weekend, man. We have more NFL football talk. So come on back, man. You do not want to miss it Saturday. Saturday will be a later time than normal, man. We're going to kick this thing off at 3:30 p.m. So come on back and talk some sports with us. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, believe in your team. Believe in your team always. But most importantly, believe in yourself, man. You can do anything and everything. And everybody around the world, please be safe. And when you be safe, make sure you stay safe. Real Sports Podcast, the MVP, Mr. Episode, we out.